Wake up, the sun cannot wait for long.
He has sold over 27 million albums worldwide, sang with numerous icons including Andrea Bocelli, Celine Dion and Beyoncé. He's performed at events like the Olympics and the Oscars and has even helped Nelson Mandela with his charity work. All this and Josh Groban is only 32. Josh was in Dublin recently to launch his 6th album, All That Echoes, which includes a moving rendition of She Moved Through the Fair. I asked Josh how he discovered the traditional Irish song.
Well, I've loved traditional Irish music ever since I was very young, actually. My parents took me to Dublin when I was 14 years old, 15 years old. I just loved the music, bought all the CDs I could, and so this song was one that I've known for a long time, but I was reminded of it when I was on YouTube, and I was just listening to songs. It was late at night, and I was just trying to find some good music for the evening, and I came across Sinead O'Connor's version from Michael Collins, and it was just beautiful. And then I heard Richard Thompson's version, and I just thought, this is a gorgeous song. I started doing research on it, realized the history of it, and I hadn't really done any songs like that, and I'd loved them my whole life, but it felt like the right time to do it. I played it for Rob Cavallo, the producer, and he said, this is great. So we did it up very traditionally, Celtic harp and uilleann pipe, and all sorts of amazing musicians were in that room.
You mentioned the uilleann pipes. Did I read somewhere that you wanted to learn how to play the uilleann pipe?
Yeah, I'm still really trying to learn, actually. It's a tricky instrument. I play the low whistle pretty well, but the thing is, I was wondering why it was giving me problems. I have a practice set at home, and it wasn't ever able to kind of get the fingering right. And I realized I'm actually left-handed for the pipes, which is very strange. I play the pipes left-handed even though I'm right-handed. So I would need to reverse it to a place that's more uncomfortable for me. So I gotta sell those and get a new set of pipes and reverse everything.
You're coming back to Dublin on the 23rd of June.
Yeah.
You're going to play concert at the O2.
Yeah.
Will you perform She Moved Through the Fair there? And do you think you'd be more nervous about playing it for an Irish audience?
I will absolutely perform She Moved Through the Fair there. And no, the one thing that I've learned that's so wonderful about the Irish community and the Irish music fans is that they are so open-minded to people coming in, to all different kinds of genres, and they're very open-minded to people singing and appreciating the music that is rooted here. It's all a tribute, it's all based on influences that I've loved about this country for many years. So in some ways, of course, I'll be nervous, but in other ways, I'll actually just be more excited to be able to finally sing this song in the country.
And after 27 million album sales, does one really still get nervous?
Yeah, it doesn't change.
Really?
It doesn't change. Oh my God, no, I still get very nervous before I sing. I get very nervous before a concert. I get more nervous in a small room. I was at a pub the other night, and they were saying, oh, come on, just one song. Give us a little She Moves Through the Fair. So I'm thinking, oh my God, there were some amazing singers there that night. And I was just too shy. I get nervous. The bigger ones, you can kind of zone out. You can get into a little bit of a headspace where you're just kind of in the zone. But in the smaller rooms where everybody's you hear the clinking of the glasses and everybody's just kind of listening like this, and you can see them, you can see the expression on their face. One person who can't hold their liquor very well and is giving you a stink eye, it ruins everything. I don't want to see it.
Josh's love for Irish music continues on his new album with the cover of Glenn Hansard's Oscar-winning song Falling Slowly from the movie Once, and this has led to a friendship developing between Josh and the Frames frontman.
I first heard that song, I think, the way many of us first heard it, which was through the movie. It won the Oscar. It was one of those songs that just kind of went around the world because of that, and did know the Frames, did know Glenn's work after that, became a fan of his after the movie, and he's and have been able to email correspond with him, lately, and he's just a super nice guy, and so I just felt like it was the right time to record it. I'd loved it for a long time. I was able to introduce Once, the musical, at the Tonys, and I thought, yeah, let's give it a shot. So yeah, there's a lot of Irish influence in this record.
Let's talk about some of the tracks that you wrote yourself for the album. First up, the lead single, Brave. It's so infectious. I can't stop singing the lyrics over and over. Tell me, what inspired that song?
I wrote that song with a great guy named Tog Salter, and after having kind of made it a kind of a somber record, a very intimate somber record last time around, I wanted to make a song, a single that was more uplifting. And so we kind of started with those pizzicato strings, and I kind of started singing to myself, "Wake up, wake up." And so we sent the song to Chantal Kraviazuk, who's a great lyricist and a great writer, and she wrote this lyric. And it was, sometimes you sing songs that you just say to yourself, "I want to hear this song every morning. This is the kind of thing I need to get me out of bed every morning." And that was one of them. So it came about very quickly, and as soon as people heard it, they said, "Well, this should be the single." So I'm thrilled.
And the two songs, Happy in My Heartache and False Alarms, they seem to have the same kind of theme there. Tell me, what are they about?
Those are kind of songs about being in a relationship where you get a little bit too used to the things that are uncomfortable for you. You kind of develop a system in your own mind where you make excuses for things that shouldn't be. And those two songs are kind of about having the courage to step away from something that isn't healthy in a relationship, and having the optimism to open yourself up to whatever happens next.
The last 10 years have been incredible for you. You've sang with legendary singers, you've performed at iconic events, you've sold millions and millions of albums. What are your hopes for the next 10 years? It's a big question, I know, but...
No, I've actually got kind of a bucket list of things I'd like to do. I'd like to do more comedic acting. I'd like to do more acting. I've had a really fun time doing that the last few years. I'd like to do a Broadway show. I think that's been a dream of mine. I'd like to compose a film score. That would be fun. That'd be a real blast. So if I can do those three things in the next 10 years, I'll be very, very lucky.
And on a personal level for you, what would you like?
I'd also like to say I have, a wife and kids in 10 years.
You kind of get to that age when you're in your 30s, you're kind of thinking, oh, maybe it's time to do these things.
It might be getting close to time, but I don't know. I'm working so hard, and I'm very happy being single, and I certainly have enough traveling to do that would make me intolerable to any proper maid. So it's probably better off for whoever she would be that I'm single at the moment. But a lot of personal and professional goals for this year.
If you fancy seeing Josh live at the O2 on the 23rd of June this year, check out ticketmaster.ie for all the details. Suzanne Byrne, RTE 10.